good people. What's going on? So good to see each and every one of you. We are riding in hot today. As you can see, everything is a mess. Come on into the room, be coachable, teachable, trainable. Post your city and state so that you can catch this information on today. Do me the biggest favor and tap the screen and share this stream so those that are inside of your network can see this information on today. My name is Brandmaster Martina Britt Yelverton, and today we're discussing that you don't need more tools, you need a plan. Okay, so if you currently do not have a plan of action in place, then today is the day for you. If Canva, ChatGPT, which you know I talk about extensively, Reels, they haven't helped you grow, then it's not necessarily just the tools, guys. It's the lack of clarity, it's the lack of strategy, right? And it's a lack of focus. And today we're going to talk about how you guys can actually fix that, okay? So as I said, today we're coming in hot, but that's the beauty of having a plan in place. That's the beauty of having a strategy. That's the beauty of putting your plan into action, okay? So while we were out and about in these internet streets just now, we ran into not only an accident, but we also ran into some major construction going on here in Wilson, and that put us so far behind schedule for today. But the beauty of it is, because we have a strategy, because we have a plan of action in place, because we have repurposing tools, and because we already had things set up and ready to go, we were able to fall right into this chair and jump right into today's live. So think about that, okay? As a new entrepreneur, most of us can become overwhelmed with everything that we have going on with the tools, right? And we could still be having no traction. So if you're utilizing things like Canva and YouTube and AI to post apps like I am, this can actually help you with the overwhelm. But if there's a possibility that you're still getting no results, then it is not the tools, guys, because you don't need more tools. You need a plan. Tools don't create the success. They actually help you. And I'm going to say this again. Strategy is what helps you. If you already have a plan of action in place, if you already have a strategy in place, then I promise you that will help you. And it will relieve so much overwhelm. So Angela and Seneca and hey girl, hey Tawana, if you do not currently have a plan in place, you're probably overwhelmed. You're probably beyond the heels of stress because you don't have these specific things in place that would allow you to woosah for a moment, okay? If you can woosah for a moment, right, then that will help you because you'll have a strategy in place. So again, if you're currently overwhelmed in your business, then I need for you guys to pay attention to the points that I'm going to give you on today. And because it's Friday, this evening for Follow-Through Friday, we will be live again and we will be walking you through the actual brand right? The brand evaluation, the brand inventory, the brand activation plan that we have in place. And especially if you are inside of our BrandYOU community, then you'll get the downloadable, you'll get the checklist, and you'll get to walk through that. Because if you do not have a plan in place, this is one of the reasons why you're stressed. Let me check my notes. So I just want to make sure you guys understand there is an easy way to create a simple, reliable content strategy, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So you won't be chasing the shiny object syndrome that a lot of us run into. You won't have that because you'll be able to operate within clarity. Most people are collecting tools and apps instead of putting together their system. Most people are operating without a plan in place. The tools can be your distractions because you're not using them to correctly operate your business. Your brand needs a weekly rhythm. If you have a weekly rhythm, this can move people from curiosity to conversion because they see you have a plan in place. They know that there is a next step. They know there is something for them to do each and every day. And that's why we moved from the Watch Me Work Wednesday into the Follow-Through Friday. So over the course of the weekend, when people generally have a little bit more time on their hands, not necessarily the time, they have the flexibility. Let me use that word instead. They have the flexibility over the weekend to do things a little bit different. And that's why we wanted to bring through Follow Through Friday. So you'd have time to download this activation checklist to do the inventory on your business so that you could then move into activation. Okay. When you focus on clarity and consistency, your tools will begin to work for you, right? And that's why we have the extended next step version of the Dollar Deals membership, because you're probably wondering, I have an idea of what I want to do, but I don't currently have a plan in place. So because you don't currently have a plan in place, you're trying to figure out what's next, right? And this is crazy, guys. Why is my long guy calling me on live? This is a shame. So y'all getting ready to catch this live. Yes, sir. Hello. I did see you, sir, and I do need it cut today. If you could, please. Thank you. I appreciate you. All righty. Bye-bye. I tell you, when the people call, you got to answer the call. So hopefully we are still live. I have been waiting for that call. You know, we are now in the spring season and I want the lawn to look like something. So that is crazy that I had to take that on live, but I didn't want him to leave. Okay. Anyway, because we have our timed plan of action, we know what's next. And in the next step with moving forward in our plan, we help you work through what your brand mission is, what your brand vision is, everything that you need to have in place to create your strategy, to create your plan so that you can move on through what it is you need to do. So let me jump right into my main content today. Point one that I have for you today: tools don't work without a strategy. So you can have all of the system. You can have all of these tools in place. You can have everything that you need in place to be able to move forward. But if you don't use them accurately, they're not going to work. Tools are what execute the idea. Tools are what execute the strategy. Tools are what execute the plan. So if you don't have clear messaging and you don't have a clear idea of what it is that you're trying to do, then your tools are not going to work. They're not going to save you. You don't need more apps. You don't need more tools. You don't need more platforms. You need a plan. You need a purpose, right? And that's the reason why we're having Follow Through Friday this evening, so we can start to walk through and strategize and do a brand inventory so that we will know what your plan is. Now you can put the tools to work. I hope that makes sense, okay? Point two, what a simple brand plan would look like, okay? We're talking about as simple as 3 pieces of weekly content. I'm going to suggest you do more, because if you're new and you haven't made it purposeful or made it apparent or made yourself or those in your audience aware of what you're doing, then you need to create that consistent rhythm to make them aware of what it is that you're doing. You're going to have one truth bomb, right? And that's going to flow out of your personal story is what I suggest. You're going to have one truth bomb, and that truth bomb for today is you don't need more tools. You don't need more systems. You need first a plan, a strategy, what it is that you're trying to do, a helpful tip, right? What it is that could be someone's quick win. What piece of value do you have? What CTA, that's a call to action. What invite do you have that people can actually utilize right now? And you're going to rotate that throughout your system based on your brand inventory, right? And if you did not create a brand inventory based on what I told you to do earlier this week, then you should go back to Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, because that is going to be the foundation of what we work through tonight. You want to show up in one place consistently before you show up everywhere. So right now, we're always going to be live in Q2, showing you that we're actually doing what we're teaching you to do. Q2, we will be live on YouTube only. So right now, when you go back to check this out, we're not focused on TikTok or we're not focused on IG. We're focused strictly on YouTube, right? We're putting the announcements out on LinkedIn. We're putting the announcement out on Facebook, on Pinterest, on these other platforms, on Google My Business, to let you know we're on YouTube, giving you this value. And you should come to join us in the free community to learn how to do more. Show up one place consistently, right? If you know, here in point 3, if you know Canva, then use it to recap your story. If you happen to know YouTube, then go live like we're live today. Use the shorts. If you're on Messenger, then DM people with your offer. Stop learning new tools and start applying what you already know. You know we are focused here this month with start where you are. Start with what you already have. Start with what you already know. So that's point 3. Point 4 is you should plan to create movement. Your plan should create movement. Are you building towards a weekly offer? Are you just posting to be posted? Right. We know each of the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the information that I'm giving you here in Q2, it's pushing you towards a Friday night follow through so that you'll have things to do over the weekend. So you'll be ready to jumpstart your next week. Right? You want to make sure that you get the strategy, that you understand it with clarity, that you see and receive the content, that you work on it consistently over the weekend so that you will have conversions at the end of the journey. The end of this journey is obviously an impactful and influential and increasing brand, whatever your value is. But we're going to start with where you are. And where you are right now is you don't need more tools. You don't need more shiny objects. You already have everything that you need, and you're already the brand. You just may not have it packaged correctly. You may not have gone through taking an inventory of it. You may not know specifically what it is that you need to do with it. So I'm going to suggest that you come to Followthrough Fridays. That's in learnleadandlevelup.com. You go ahead and register and get your free membership, and you join us to now go and do a brand inventory. That's what you're going to work through over the weekend. So, hey, you're ready to hit the ground running again next week. I hope that makes sense to you guys, okay? You don't need more tools. You need a plan. So some of the objections, we'll definitely get into that. Some of the objections that you may have is, I just need one more tool, just one more, or I need one more course, or I need one more class. Trust me, I was there. Ask me how I know. No, you don't. You need a decision. You need a direction. You need a plan. You may be thinking, I don't know where to show up first. Pick where you're most comfortable and commit to that space for 30 days. Now, if you happen to be showing up all over YouTube and your audience is sitting over on Facebook, I'm going to suggest you become comfortable with Facebook. Go where your audience is, but make sure that you're comfortable there so you can exude what it is, the confidence, the value give, the passion and the purpose for getting that content out to those who need it. I've tried planning before. Whew. I am so over that particular objection or excuse. I've tried planning before. I'm sorry to hear that that particular set of plans didn't work for you, okay? I don't know if it was that you didn't do it consistently, you didn't do it long enough, you didn't do strategically, you didn't do it with enough belief, okay? I don't know what it was, but without a brand strategy, planning can turn into busy work. We want your planning to be strategic. Maybe you didn't have an end result. So that is the reason why I want you to get involved in the BrandYOU community. Come over to learnleadandlevelup.com. Please, please, please join us. Grab your free access so that we can begin the process of creating a plan for you. Tonight, we're doing a brand inventory activation. We're going to give you guys the checklist. Again, come over to learnleadandlevelup.com. Get your free community access, get your free brand activation checklist, and we're going to begin putting together your plan, okay? You need a plan. You don't need more tools. You don't need another course. You don't need another membership. Right now, what you need is a plan. And you can come into our membership that is free, right? You can download your checklist and you can begin to work through that checklist so you can put a plan in place. So I want to ask the question, out of everything that I've given you today, the information that I've shared with you on today, today's CTA question is, what's one tool or what's one platform that you've been learning, right? And you've been leaning on without a real plan, right? Has it been Canva? Have you been just going through creating things and posting them haphazardly? Have you been going through and just being engaging on IG, again, without a plan? Have you been utilizing ChatGPT or AI without an actual plan? What is that one platform that you've been currently leaning on and learning and utilizing without a plan? I would love it if you could drop it in the comments, because we want to be able to do a brand inventory activation checklist on what you currently have and how you can actually lean into what you've been learning and use it better with the plan. Not just, haphazardly. Okay. So I'm hoping that makes sense to you guys. I hope you have found value in the information that I'm giving you on today. I want to have you understand tools don't create trust. You do. Your value does. Your consistency does. Your strategic plan does. The delivery of your consistent value give does, right? Strategies multiply your effort. Random acts will just burn you out. We've been consistently utilizing the tools that we have. However, they've been working better now that we have layered them with a strategic plan, right? You don't need more tools. You need a reliable, simplified, strategic plan that you can now activate. And I suggest on one platform, and that one platform be the one that you are most comfortable with. Currently, I'm not comfortable on IG, but IG is performing well, so I might need to do that. I don't really understand TikTok, but TikTok is performing extremely well, so I might want to lean into that, right? However, I am in love with YouTube. Why? Because there is no YouTube phobia like there's Facebook phobia. There is no fear of YouTube because YouTube shows up everywhere. And it's on the very largest platform, which is Google. So this is why we focus on YouTube. I'm going to suggest that you pick what you're most comfortable with, where your audience is currently located, and then you begin to deliver your value according to a strategic plan. So hopefully you'll join us. You'll join us and learn, lead, and level up. You even come into after office hours. We're here until 2 p.m. and after office hours, giving you value so that you can be prepared to get on Follow Through Friday with us later this evening. And you can get your brand activation checklist. And you can actually go through and begin to map out your story, your content, and your message, right? So that you can be prepared, best prepared to deliver this information maybe on next week, maybe even over the weekend, depending on how much of your brand inventory you get through. I appreciate your time on today. I hope you will take this information that I'm giving you as valuable and that you'll join us and learn, lead, and level up. You'll get your free membership and you'll actually join us in after office hours. Hopefully I'll see you later on this evening and Follow Through Fridays. Find out more on the YouTube channel. Look below. Take the opportunity to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you'll get notifications whenever we're delivering that information. Hey y'all, hey, Brandmaster Martina with Yelverton here, updating you about our daily live training and follow-up live open office hours. Join me every Tuesday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for live actionable lessons on building your brand from scratch. We'll cover everything from tools, strategies, and systems like Canva, StreamYard, Go High Level, AI technology, and more, to include the exact steps to take you from confused to confident. And the best part is after each live stream, you can hop on Zoom with us to ask your questions and get personalized answers. Don't miss out. Mark your calendar and subscribe now to this YouTube channel. Join our free community, and I'll say it louder for the people in the back. If you want to learn, lead, and level up your automation in your MLM company, or as an entrepreneur who could possibly be struggling in your business, we not only have the solution, we also have the experts. Yes, this is your sign to join us. Our entire team is live each weekday. So if you snooze, you will lose. I said what I said. You heard what you heard. Now do what you now know you need to do to get your assets in order.